Alright, good afternoon everyone. We are Team 14, also known as the SnowBallers. My name is Matthew Getachew. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and I serve as Scrum Master for the SnowBallers.
Alright, hello everyone. I'm Nicholas Buckle. I serve as an iOS app developer, and I'm from Kingston, Jamaica.
Hello everybody, my name is Pernell Lehman and I serve as a robotics developer for the team, and I am from Clinton, Maryland.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's awake. My name is Michael J. Johnson Jr. I go by Mikey. I'm a robotics developer as well, working primarily on the back end, and I'm from Orlando, Florida.
How we doing everybody? My name is Miles Block. I am from Lowell, Arkansas, and I also am a robotics developer working on the back end as well.
Awesome. Now that we're all familiar with one another, we have some pretty serious questions we want to ask you guys. Starting off by show of hands, who knows what snow is?
At the follow the top, who here has ever experienced snow?
Another question for y'all, who has been inconvenienced by snow?
Okay, please keep your hands up if you've ever been asked to shovel snow.
Final question of the day. Now who here has been snowed in by snow? Just messing up your plans.
Now that we have that out of the way, we can get into our problem statement. So, in many regions heavily impacted by snow, such as Colorado, where I'm from, Minnesota, Maryland, and more, snow buildup and removal remains a significant challenge for residential areas, particularly for driveways that are often overlooked by public plowing services.
So now, although every winter snow falls very quietly, its impact on us is very, very loud. So let's take a look at some visuals that'll give us a good perspective on how loud that impact actually is. So first, over 1 to 2 million work absences are reported during major snowstorms, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Secondly, approximately 13% of Americans have mobility disabilities, and severe snowstorms can considerably hinder their independence, according to the CDC.
Yes, thank you, Pernell. So we will move on to our fantastic user stories. Please keep these in mind as they will apply to our demo as well. And so first, allow me to introduce you all to Zeke Luther, a disabled young man native to Boston, who, as a disabled man, he would like a automated snow remover and salt dispenser that can clean his entire driveway completely so that it can reach the places he cannot. And for our second user story, we have Shelly Richardson, who as a tech enthusiast, she would like a robot to integrate with her house's smart devices so that she can have a personalized snow cleaning service.
Now let me introduce y'all to Jamal Lewis. He is a young person who wants an automated snow remover and salt dispenser so he doesn't have to go through the chore of shoveling snow. Now with Leroy Dinsby, he's a senior citizen and he wants a scheduled snow remover so he doesn't have to wait for the city plowers to come to his neighborhood.
Now, for our final user stories today, we have Tyra Cole, who as a warehouse manager, she wants a snow remover that syncs with weather forecasts so that she can proactively ensure the safety of both the employees and customers walking to and from the parking lot on snowy days. Now, personally, I'm a Jamaican international student, so my first time seeing snow was 4 years ago. An audience, for 4 years, I've been incredibly annoyed with the amount of inconvenience that snow brings to my life. And I can only imagine what so many of you who've lived with snow your entire life have had to endure. So, now that we've spoken about the user stories and the problem statement, these issues leave many citizens in disarray when it comes to inclement weather like snowfall. So let's finally get into the solution.
Thank you, Nicholas. And so for our solution, now everybody, the moment you have all been waiting for, can I get a drum roll, please? The snowball. And so our snowball robot, so to say, offers a seamless solution to winter snow management by autonomously maintaining clear driveways and residential walkways. Is anybody in the room familiar with the Roomba? Show of hands. Okay, we have some familiarity, great. And so similar to the Roomba's design, Our robots, the Snowball, is designed to scan and interpret a specified parameter and detect and remove snow buildup through our efficient snow shoveling algorithm, something that I worked on personally. So how it works, you might ask. And so firstly, users will map out their driveways using a controller that we provide for them, in which we use simultaneous localization and mapping, aka SLAM software that most robotics use, which has a 95% accuracy for mapping out user driveways. Secondly, you'll confirm your schedule on the app, and so this connects the user and the TurtleBot simultaneously, as well as deploying. So running our snow shoveling node. All in one tap, one button, total clarity.
Thank you for that, Mikey. So let's talk about some key features of the Snowball Suite. Our Snowball Suite is divided up into two technologies, the robot and the iOS app. The Snowball robot is comprised of a TurtleBot 4, and based on the requirements that we mentioned earlier with our user stories, we have full driveway mapping, basic snow shoveling, and obstacle detection. These are key features we believe that will help suffice our previous user stories.
Alright, and to complete the Snowball Suite, we realized that our users were encapsulated by the idea of having one tap, one button, and total clarity for their house. So we ensured that we have a Snowball iOS app that has an intuitive UI design and an immersive user experience to ensure that the human and computer interaction is an unforgettable experience. Now, this app has some key features like real-time weather tracking, real-time notifications, smart scheduling, and of course, account customization. Now, many of us in the room are computer science enthusiasts, so you've heard about the agile methodology, and we adopted this mindset when we were actually creating our product. So, the first pillar of the agile methodology is to prioritize individuals and interactions over tools and processes. So for the first two stages of the product development lifecycle, we ensure that we actually actively listen to our prospective customers and identify the pain points and motivations so that we can accurately define the core problem, the product features, and product requirements that we need. Now, the final three pillars of the agile methodology speak about the prioritization of iterative customer collaboration and responsive changes to ensure that we prioritize working software over project ideation and documentation. So with this, we had a feedback cycle with our sponsors, Amazon Fulfillment Technologies and Robotics, to ensure that during our sprints, we actually pushed and prioritized requirements from our backlog into the actual deployment, where we actually had prototype loops and testing to achieve the great product you will see in the demo later today.
Perfect, so thank you, Nicholas. So allow me to take you through the Snowball Suite archetype. And so if you'll follow me with this first visual, we have an ER diagram that details our database, which saves user information, something that we learned in our database systems course for our degrees. Each user has devices, schedules, and areas saved to their individual accounts. Now, follow me with the second visual here. We have a UML diagram that depicts how our technologies connect both the app and the TurtleBot. So I want to highlight how the API connects users with the TurtleBot through the user interface.
Thank you, Mikey. Now we can get to some of the items of our tech stack. So first, I would like to highlight that we use ClearPath's TurtleBot 4 for our actual robot, and then ROS for our backend for robot movement and scanning data. Secondly, we use Figma for our wireframe for our app. And then for our actual app, we use Swift through Xcode for user management of the bot. Third, I would like to highlight GitHub, which we use for managing roles and pushing code. And then lastly, I would like to highlight Back for App. And this is what we use for our API integration. This enables real-time communication between our Snowball app and our robot.
Thank you, Pranav. Now, if you're like me, you're probably wondering, what could be better than the Snowball? Introducing the Snowball Pro. The Snowball Pro includes features like our salt dispenser, which allows users who get a more daily usage out of the Snowball of extra features to not only clean off snow, but keep off ice. This allows users to take preventative action against snow and ice buildup on their driveways.
So the biggest thing we wanted to also highlight is that the purpose of our idea, but also its profitability. So up there we have three numbers. each relating to the market value of our product. The first number we have is our total available market, and we believe that if we sell our price of the snowball around $1,000, which is about $200 more than a Roomba costs, and everybody who encounters snow buys it, we're looking at a $42.5 billion industry. And then if we dilute that down, focusing specifically on states and cities such as Chicago and New York, we'd be looking at a $7.6 billion industry. And then if we go even further and focus specifically on a 3-year plan, our service attainable market is $35 million. And for anybody who's interested in seeing these calculations, we have the QR code up here. And I guess the biggest caveat is this is all within respect to limited sale in the US only.
Awesome. Now, if you remember the user stories from earlier, let's see what our product can do for each of them and each of their requirements.
Welcome to our demo. So we wanted to ensure that each profile was tailored to the user. So when a new user signs up, you see they don't have any saved areas yet. Now when they jump over to scheduled cleanings, this is also empty for a new profile. Now for returning users like Nicholas here, you can see that he has 2 saved areas that he can choose to clean. When he jumps over to the timer, he has 2 scheduled cleanings. We'll demonstrate scanning in the next user story.
Hey y'all, it's Zeke. The features I would like is to scan a new area and save it to my list of personalized set of areas.
Hey Zeke, let's get into some of the features you asked for. So we're looking to scan the back patio. We already have the front patio saved, so let's scan a new area. The instructions say, please place a snowball in the desired area you would like scanned, which uses our RViz mapping system to generate these maps in front of you. So after the scanning is done, you'll get a scan complete confirmation screen in which the user will be able to name the scanned area and we'll get the confirmation notification as well. So now when we go back to deploy the snowball, we'll see that we have the back patio saved to our personalized set of areas. Here's a live demonstration of the snowball's mapping capabilities, in which first scans the length and then goes and scans the width in a snake-like fashion, analyzing all of the bumps, obstacles, and cracks in the desired area, usually taking 1 to 2 minutes.
My name is Jamal, and I want to be able to choose a safe area, run the salt dispenser, and run the snowball.
Now let's find a way to help Jamal. Under deploy, he can choose the area he wants to clean. Then he can choose whether to salt dispense or not, a feature of the Snowball Pro. And then as we wait, the robot will run its shoveling algorithm, notify that his cleaning is now completed, and his front garage driveway is now clean. Now taking a look at the snowball, we can see that it's successful in pushing snow up and across his front garage driveway, while staying within the specified perimeter set by the cones and the earlier mapping. The snowball continues to shovel snow as we fast forward and pushes all the snow outside onto the grass or onto the street. Now, once the snowball is finished, we can fill the salt dispenser with salt, and then it will successfully deploy, and the motor will continuously spread salt evenly across his front garage driveway.
Alright, hey everyone, I'm Leroy Densby, and the features I need are to add a save scheduled cleaning, view my save scheduled cleanings, edit or delete my save scheduled cleanings, and get push notifications for those cleanings. Sure, Leroy, let's show your features. First, you press the timer button, then the view scheduled cleanings button. To delete, you press the garbage icon, and to edit, you press the pencil icon. We're going to change this from April 19th at 12 a.m. to April 19th at 9 a.m., which is reflected in the list. Now, to set the new timer, we'll choose the area, which is the front garage in this case, and the date and time we're going to choose today is April 17th at 2:11 p.m., which happens to be 6 minutes away from now. Let's keep that in mind. We're going to press the confirm date and time button and the confirm and save, which is reflected in the list, but we want to ensure we get a notification confirming that it's been saved successfully, which we get in the screen. Now, Leroy might be like many of us and forget things that we've set. So we want a notification that reminds us of the area that we've set 5 minutes before cleaning, which in this case is the front garage 5 minutes away at 2:11 p.m.
Hi everybody, my name is Tyra Cole, and the feature that I need are weather API integration and scheduling the snow.
Sure thing, Tyra. So first, let's go to the weather section. And here's a 7-day forecast. Anything below 40 will be blue, 40 to 60 will be green, and anything above 60 will be yellow. Let's set a clean for the front garage on April 16th at 12:15 a.m. Let's confirm and save that date, and we should see the clean for the front garage saved here in our list.
Perfect, great. So all jokes aside, I really hope you enjoyed our demo and saw the usability of it. And so I'll take you through some of our resources before we wrap up with you all. And so here's some of our resources. As you can see, there's a lot of them. I want to highlight specifically the bottom one, the home ownership rate in the United States, which allowed us to calculate our service obtainable and service available markets to show our profitability. And now I'll pass it on to Nick for acknowledgements.
All right, so to wrap us up, I want to say some huge thank yous. So first, we want to give a huge thank you, or before I say that, as the course name suggests, Senior Project, we finally got some project management experience, and it's a great learning experience for all of us. And with that said, we want to give a huge thank you to our sponsor, Amazon Fulfillment Technology and Robotics, as they showed us how to get real project management experience and learn how to manage our team capacity, manage competing deadlines, and how to request, maintain, and manage resources that have been entrusted in our team. We want to give a huge thank you to the CAA faculty, our fellow computer and electrical engineering students, and the Howard University Robotics Organization for shedding light and providing guidance with the robot, as many of my team members had little to no experience with it before. And last but definitely not least, we want to give a huge thank you to our support system and our beacon of light. We want to thank Dr. Harry Keeling for providing, ensuring that our momentum will never stop and getting rid of any obstacles that provided or that occurred during our project. Thank you.
And finally, we want to thank you all, our audience, for joining us on this journey and supporting us through the process. Once again, we're your Team 14, SnowBallers, signing out.